Affinity really free? Yes, kind of, sort of. So let me explain it to you because it is kind of confusing. I'm going to open the website and show it to you. But basically, if you're like me and you'd already paid for Affinity Designer, Affinity Publisher, what they were making free is not those. It is something totally different, which wasn't really, I think, explained very well on the site. So I'm going to walk you through that so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. When you first get to the Affinity site, you're going to see Affinity by Canva, $0 free, sign up to download. Sounds great to me, right? So they want you to have a Canva account, not a big deal. You don't even need a premium account. It can be a free account. The only difference that you're going to see is two things. One, it's just one product. It's not like Affinity Publisher and Designer like they had before. And the second thing is there's this whole list of, on the left, of all of the features available inside the combined Affinity program versus what you will get if you have a Canva premium plan. So over here, the Canva AI Studio, like background remover, that is not going to be available to you inside of Canva or inside of Affinity unless you have Canva Premium and some other, the generative fill and all of those other features like that. Now, once you go ahead and say get Affinity, you're going to log into your Canva and then you're going to be taken to this screen over here where it says download for Mac or download for Windows. For those of you with other operating systems, I don't know. Now, iPad, you'll remember they did have the versions for iPad, but not for this new one, which has both Designer and Publisher like built into just one application. So let me show you. Now, once you install it, you're going to see Affinity here with this green icon, which is very different if you already purchased what I have over here, Affinity Designer 2 and Affinity Publisher 2. Now, to refresh your memory, Publisher 2 is the equivalent of Adobe InDesign, and you can open .idml, the older version of Adobe InDesign files, inside of Affinity Publisher. So the other one, Affinity Designer, is like Adobe Photoshop. And yes, you can open Photoshop files inside of here. So these files that you purchase or these programs have absolutely nothing to do with the new one that you just downloaded, which is Affinity. I'll show you that right now because it's like a weird combo sort of application. Now, the weird thing is everything is all together. So over here we have Vectors, which is basically like Adobe Illustrator. You have Pixel, which is like Adobe Photoshop. And then you have the Layout Studio, which over here you can see is like Adobe InDesign. So here you can kind of mix and match pages as you want throughout this whole document, or do whatever you need to do. Now, the weird thing is that you can only have one document open at a time. So let's say I want to go ahead and open up a Photoshop file. So here's a PSD file. It automatically closed the other file. I don't know where it is. I'm not sure what happened. If I go over here to Window, usually intuitively you can find the file there. It's just not there. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it's at, but when I go over here to File and I say Open Recent, I will see that other file over here. It'll open that and then therefore close the other file. So all of the tools inside of here seem to work just like they did before in Affinity or in Affinity Publisher and Affinity Designer. So nothing different there. Now, the only thing different is over here at the top, you're going to see Canva AI, and it's going to have some menu things over here on the left. So let's try to go with expand, and it's going to automatically do that generative expand for you, which is a little odd because I didn't give it parameters. It didn't ask me the size. I'm not even sure what it's doing or what it's going to expand to or what it's even expanding. I'm not even sure if I selected something. So it works a little different. As you can see, I have no idea what happened. I don't think anything happened. But over here on the right, you see variations. It's kind of black. Nothing happened. We could say, let's say purple vase and say generate more variations. I don't think it works. Now, it could be that I'm using it wrong. I'm not sure, but I know how it works inside of Canva, and it doesn't seem to be working the same here inside of Affinity. So, yes, it is free. Maybe they'll work out some of the kinks inside of here, but until then, yeah, you can use it. I am sticking with Adobe InDesign and Adobe Photoshop until kind of all this gets settled out. I know some people are super excited about the fact that it's free, or even if you still use the older programs, Publisher and Designer, that's fine as well. Those still seem to work great without any issues. They don't have the AI tools inside of there, but quite honestly, it really depends on how you design. I don't use AI in my design workflow. I always use AI outside of it, right? So I generate images somewhere else. I know how to use the background remover without using the AI tools. So I've never really relied on them. So that's a little different. I think it depends on when you start using the tools, like what you're used to. So anyways, bottom line is yes, Affinity is free. No, it is not the same thing as Publisher or Designer, which were products you had to purchase and it looks like are no longer available to purchase anyway. Those are just legacy products. And 3, it has some kinks in it. It's not really working perfectly, but if you need something free, it looks like it is good enough. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments like what your experience has been so far with the Affinity products. I know I don't use them at all just because I'm used to Adobe. Not to say I wouldn't use them, but just like this, I like when it doesn't work, I get annoyed, and like Adobe just always works. So that's why I'm sticking with Adobe for now.